This is Optimal Health Daily, episode 1923. Are the Rumours True About Dairy? By Riley Pearce of freeformfitness.ca. And I'm Dr. Neil, your host and narrator. Hey there, welcome back to Optimal Health Daily, or welcome for the first time if you're new here. Remember, this is the podcast where I act as your very own personal narrator and read to you from some of the best blogs covering health and fitness. Now, we always get permission from the sites to read their blogs, of course, and after each episode, I always provide a bit of my commentary. Now, I'm going to keep this intro nice and short, so let's hear all about dairy as we get to another post and continue optimizing your life. Are the Rumours True About Dairy? By Riley Pearce of freeformfitness.ca. After carbs and gluten were vilified by the health and fitness industry, they went after dairy. Claims have been made that it is actually a new genetic mutation that allows us to continue consuming dairy beyond breastfeeding. Some people claim that the hormones they give the cows are now in our milk. If you are going to drink milk, should it be skim or full-fat whipping cream? It's time to find out if any of these rumors are true and if you should ditch the dairy. Humans have been drinking milk for roughly 6,000 to 8,000 years, and it's the drinking of cow's milk that led to the domestication of cows. It's thought that the first to drink cow's milk were European farmers. Unfortunately for these early adopters of drinking milk, they did not have the right enzyme to break down lactose, and therefore suffered from lactose intolerance. Sounds like a pretty uncomfortable time, but their desperation for the nourishment that cow's milk provided must have outweighed the discomfort they experienced from drinking it. Around 7,500 years ago was when the genetic mutation for producing lactase beyond childhood appeared. Lactase is the enzyme needed to break down lactose. This allowed farmers and their families to enjoy milk and its many nutritional benefits without the uncomfortable consequences. So, rumor number one about needing a genetic mutation to consume milk is in fact true. So, we are now at the point that for the developed world, the majority of us are no longer starving and so desperate for nutrients that we need to take milk from another animal. So why do we continue to drink milk? Drinking milk is now so deeply rooted in the food industry that it's pretty difficult to go a day without some kind of dairy product, be it cheese or butter or ice cream or just good old-fashioned milk and cereal, tea or coffee. The stuff is everywhere. Because of the many forms milk can take and the number of people consuming those on a regular basis, dairy farmers and food companies needed to find a way to mass produce it at a low cost and in an efficient manner. Whether we like it or not, in order for a mammal to produce milk, it needs to be feeding its offspring. This means that the cows that dairy farmers own need to have calves in order to keep up with the human milk demand. Not only that, but once they have had their calves, they then need to be making the maximum amount of milk possible, with very few issues with that milk. So how does modern society do that? Here comes rumor number two. Are there hormones in our milk? Sometimes. We say sometimes because there are smaller dairy farms out there who are taking the long way to make milk, and organic milk is growing in popularity. Most milks do contain some hormones as well as pesticides. This is because we are feeding cows a special feed that allows them to grow quickly and produce more milk. The feed they are given is typically some type of crop that's been sprayed with pesticides. When we try to supercharge our cows, sometimes they get sick with something called mastitis. In order to get that cow back on the production line, they're given hormones to eliminate this infection. Just like how a human mother wouldn't feed her baby breast milk after drinking alcohol because everything a mom eats is turned into nutrition for her baby, the same process occurs in cows. Everything they eat, the balance of hormones in their body, and the medicine they are given ends up in their milk. Not great, especially if we're consuming large quantities of milk. If, however, you are buying organic milk, and therefore a milk that's less likely to have all of those extra pesticides and antibiotics in them, should you be drinking skim or full fat? In the 80s and 90s, when fat became enemy number one in the food industry, skim milk, which was about 0.5% to 1% fat content, became the best way for us to continue drinking milk. Now, with the keto diet craze, people are going back to buying full-fat dairy. Turns out that the fat-free and skim milk craze may not have been as beneficial as we once believed. Research has actually found that consuming full-fat dairy products in moderate amounts may help maintain a healthy body weight, keep good cholesterol levels high, and help children absorb more vitamin D more efficiently. Low-fat and skim milk are basically tasteless because all of the flavor, meaning fat, has been taken out of them. So not only are these options lacking fat, they are now having sugar added to them to make them more palatable. And rumor number 3, is skim milk healthier than full fat? Well, this is likely false. If you're going to be drinking milk or dairy products, go for a full fat version. It will taste better and provide you with potentially better health benefits than the lower calorie, low fat version. With that said, full fat dairy is also a very quick way to sneak your calories up way beyond what you'd like them to be. So if you are consuming dairy and you do choose the full fat options, just be sure to keep it to moderate portions. Maybe even consider measuring and tracking in a diet app so that you can monitor the additional calories. As a final note, for those of you who consume lactose-free milk, know that it has the same nutrient profile as regular cow's milk. They've just added lactase, that enzyme that breaks down lactose, to the milk so that you can drink it just like the people who naturally produce lactase. You just listened to the post titled, "Are the Rumors True About Dairy?" by Riley Pearce of freeformfitness.ca. Dr. Neil here for my commentary. Milk is a complicated topic. Some of the published studies have found conflicting evidence about milk and body weight management, for example. Luckily, a recent meta-analysis was published, and remember, a meta-analysis is a giant analysis of previously published studies all on the same topic. What this meta-analysis found was that consuming whole milk, low-fat milk, and cheese had no clear associations with weight change. But interestingly, consuming yogurt did. Specifically, regular yogurt consumption was associated with less weight gain. There's been a theory that the gut microbiome may influence body weight, so maybe yogurt promotes the health of the microbiome, which in turn helps with weight management. But something that researchers haven't been able to answer is whether yogurt eaters follow a healthier lifestyle to begin with, and that's why they're better able to manage their weight. So hopefully someday we'll have some more concrete answers. All right, that'll do it for today. I hope you have a great rest of your Thursday, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for the Friday Q&A, where your optimal life awaits.